The main claim of the advocate was that Lance Armstrong was so vastly physiologically superior without drugs that he overcame whatever benefit the drug provided his rival. And I will be challenging his evidence that he didn't need dope because of his body structure. He didn't need dope because of the technology of the equipment. And I'll be challenging the evidence that he didn't need dope because of his training and coaching. His first main secondary claim was his body structure, and responding that there are 200 riders in the Tour de France, and it is unlikely that Lance is the only rider that has a heart a third more efficient than the average human. He may have an advantage on several riders, but several should at least be able to keep up with him. However, he's beating all his second place winners of about 5 minutes on average. Therefore, there has to be something else that's helping him win. Lance's VO2 max is abnormally high compared to other riders, which has about 75 ml/kg. On August 23, 2005, L'Equipe, a major French daily newspaper, reported on the front of their headlines the Armstrong lie. It stated that 6 urine samples were taken from his 1999 tour and was tested positive of EPO. The drug erythropoietin had been impossible to detect because there were no effective tests until 2001. What it does is that it builds endurance by boosting the production of oxygen-carrying red blood cells. Chemotherapy did change his life for the better, but in doing so contradicts his statement that he has never taken any performance-enhancing drugs. In his autobiography, It's Not About the Bike, he stated that he has indeed taken EPO during his cancer chemotherapy, which he received late 1996. Based on his knowledge on EPO, he states that it shouldn't have been present in his 1999 urine. That is a possible factor towards his victory. His second claim was about the technology of his equipment. Lance's bike might be the forefront of bicycle technology, but it doesn't prove that he didn't use dope. He might have used dope along with his bike tretmidone to further increase his chances to win. The average weight of a pro cyclist bike weighs about 15 pounds. In addition, Lance's bike weighs about 15 pounds as well. This states that there's little or no advantage at all having the tretmidone, and yet he still wins. Of course, the technology of equipment played a role in bike racing, but which has the potential in helping him more. If Floyd Landis believed in his equipment so much, then why did he use dope? He wouldn't have used dope if he didn't think he needed the extra energy on those mountain stages. Equipment can't compare to dope because it helps him much more. Therefore, Lance's equipment has little or no relevance on why he didn't use dope. And his third secondary claim was his training and coaching. Lance's training and coaching doesn't prove much that he didn't use dope because the statement would have came from a biased source. For all we know, high cadence can be an effect of another undetectable drug for researchers to find out later on. In addition, Lance's training tactics has also lost credibility due to the fact that 5 of his ex-teammates that he trained with had been involved in doping. According to LA Times, Miguel Beltran was recently tested positive for EPO taken July 5 on the 2008 tour. But if Beltran follows Armstrong, as he did with other teammates, then we may assume that Armstrong was an accessory to doping. In conclusion, Lance Armstrong is one of the best cyclists in the world, and all we really know is that he rode in an era where dopers were everywhere in the sport, which he then beat year after year.